the fingers are a bit painful just because they're swollen and the circulation's bad.
Yeah.
The arm itself, the wrist itself doesn't really hurt unless I do silly things.
Like try and pick your nose with your left hand.
Yeah, that's right.
Straight in.
Novelty wank with the numb hand or something like that.
Yeah, this is all going on the web, by the way.
That's alright. No shame. But I don't know if Lynn said the two bones at the two bones of the wrist, the end of those were smashed and then kind of pulled back. Because originally when I was in the, that's why this kind of got it this crazy angle, is to keep the bones at the end in the right position.
And it's been x-rayed with the cast on to show that it's...
Yeah, well when I first got it x-rayed, you could see the end of the wrist, but it wasn't entirely clear without seeing a picture of how it should be. Just exactly what the issue was, but then they showed me an x-ray afterwards, and you could see that the end of the bone that was like that is now right again. And the end was probably in just a couple of pieces of the thick bones where your arm, the end was like broken in two pieces, but they were back in the right place more or less, and just a tiny sort of line between them. So, I haven't got a lot of options. The doctor said you could fly home if you want, and your insurance company will probably pay for medical eval. But given at the time when I came in, my arm went along and there was a huge lump, and then my hand was offset about an inch from the rest of my arm because the wrist was like that. He said, I really wouldn't recommend that you take a plane back to the UK with your hand like that. He said also, when you get home, they're going to ask which clinic saw you and decided that it was safe for you to fly home with your wrist in this condition without treating it first. So he said he'd really rather that he treated it. Apparently the French embassy used this place. French embassy's just down the road.
Interesting.
They do seem alright. They've got sterile sharps. They don't lick them.
They're sticking with you there, just in case.
Yeah, I've got. Lynn's brought the sharps yesterday, but everything they've brought has been in sterile packs. The anaesthetist came and talked to me yesterday. And the orthopaedic guy came and talked to me yesterday to explain what he was going to do. It's just like being in hospital.
Except in French.
You understand even less what I say. Because the guy was just talking about going blah 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 blah. Okay, so you're going to fix my arm.
You're going to fix that bit there? Right, okay, the bit with the lump on.
This bit's cassé, and tomorrow and later you're going to fix it.
Awesome.
But I was only under about 5 minutes. You brought me a jar.
Little project.
Little project.
I thought you'd like that.
If you press the on button, maybe it'll
It'll just fire up.
Any batteries in there?
These new ones.
I'm surprised the bike has survived, really.
The bike is in remarkably good condition. It really is.
Although it did land initially when I went down, it landed upside down and on my back. So
you cushioned it, which is
cushioned most of it.
It's the proper racing technique.
The racing technique.
Damn right.
Stay hold of the throttle.
I couldn't believe it. I was looking at it in the hole and I was thinking, shit, that's going to be.
How did you get it out?
Well, we tried to basically pull it back out the way it had come in, and that resulted in it falling further in the hole.
But luckily, because there was ropes on it, it kind of eased it.
It eased, it didn't just go poof, so we haven't robbed bits off Lindsay's to get it running. Then the team of ants that were crowded around there literally just went in there, and it just came out like a Pringle being carried down an ant hole.
All the kids.
It was astonishing. It was all the grown-ups,
right.
But there must have been about 10 people with a hand on the bike.
Right.
And it was just being wafted out like a Ouija board. It was just astonishing. It was just all, everyone with a little finger on it.
Well, that's how easy it's coming out. So say, bring it, put it down here.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, exactly. It came out, and I was like, okay, maybe dump it down here, and we'll try and roll it up there. But actually, it's like, no, it's on its side. It's just being carried on its side out of the hole and being wafted along. It was just astonishing. And then, and we pushed it over to literally just the school just before where you went down,
which is what we were talking about when we had
chatting about before you went. So incidentally, the hole is invisible. on the approach. You
Yes.
cannot see
I
it.
missed it as well.
If it weren't for the rear wheel of a DRZ sticking out of it, you wouldn't see it.
Right. That's why it caught me out, because we were
It's
riding along,
absolutely
talking to
invisible.
Chris, and we'd been clocking the road in front of us, hadn't we? And then I turned around and I looked and just thought, and I hadn't been sort of riding along for 5 minutes talking to Chris, just glance,
Yeah.
Yeah.
turned around and the hole was about where the end of the bed was.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
just grabbed a bit of front brake and it locked.
Yeah.
Well, that's how, because it was hooked under, we figured it must
It
have been
must have
front
gone
brake.
under
because
heavy
the
front brake.
the kind of the front wheel was
Actually
tucked underneath the
back
bridge.
underneath the bridge, yeah.
And that's why the full weight hadn't gone down on you, which
Yeah. Yes, in fact, it was kind of cantilevered on the handlebars and the front wheel on the underside of the bridge.
Yeah, the
almost.
back of the bike didn't feel that heavy when it hit me. And I can't remember whether my arm broke when I hit the concrete slab or when the bike hit me, or whether it was a combination of both. But I remember seeing the
one
concrete
each time,
slab on
maybe.
the angle, and I had my hand out, and I remember thinking as my hand was out, no, don't put your hand down because you can't take the weight, but your body's just going, I need to stop myself because my face is
coming really
What I really wanted to do was kind of bundle up, but my legs were still over the bike as I was going kind of over the handlebars, but I was still astride the bike, so I couldn't completely relieve myself of the bike. It was one of those half-hour accidents.
Yes, absolutely.
Where I went,
Yeah.
There's the concrete slab that I'm going to stick my hand on.
That's that. Yeah. But yeah, literally the school you just passed. Just on the bridge side of that school, there was a little collection of huts with a fence round. And the old guy, I don't know if you noticed the old guy who could speak a little bit of English with the Mr. Magoo glasses.
he turned up after you'd gone when we were getting the
Oh,
bike.
okay, and he was saying, he sort of invited us to go and stay there. So we did, and we kind of wheeled your bike over, and I was thinking, yeah, this wheel's okay. It actually doesn't look too bad. I mean, obviously the GPS isn't there.
It's got a little bit of...
It's got a little bit of work, and I think some of it will teacup.
Yeah, there's just cosmetic on it.
Yeah, indeed. But the rest of it was just like, I can't believe this is I'm so used to road bikes that don't crash at all well, and actual proper dirt bikes crash
Do you
astonishingly
know if the
well.
contents of the tank bags are that?
The contents of the tank bag, I think,
Yeah.
are okay.
That was more what I was interested
Yeah,
in, yeah.
exactly. And it seems
I remember the bit scene,
does smell
I remember the getting petrol spilling and everything, and Chris with his foot on the bike holding the tank back going.
It wouldn't come
I
up.
said it won't come out because the
Yeah.
bottle's jammed when it's on full lock, and he just went.
Because I thought all your documents, passports and everything and medical stuff that you need to take with you would be in there. Because I knew that's what you took off whenever you stopped.
Yeah.
So I thought,
Yes,
we
I
need
like
this before the bike goes down.
Yeah,
And I was
no,
trying to
it's
put it out, and you just sat there, calm as anything, saying, you're not going to get that out because the steering's knocked over. It's not going to come out. I've been there for 5 minutes trying to break the plastic clip off.
you dappy fucker. He's like, yeah.
I think it's like, what the fuck you doing to my tank bag?
I just sat there just trying to remain calm. I thought, if I'm not careful here, I'm going to have, if I don't just take a deep breath, I will just have a little epi because we're in a new country and we don't really know what the grip is.
Oh, you were doing very, very well at staying calm.
Yeah.
Very, very well at staying calm.
I'm just impressed.
Yeah.
The calmness is still there.
Yeah, exactly.
The most annoying thing of it all is the Nigerian visa.
So the fact that you've now got to go to Accra.
Well, I could go to Accra or I could go to Benin perhaps and go to Cotonou somewhere.
Unless
The only
there's-
option is to hire a car and ride into not back into Niger. I was going to say if we start the visa.
No, it's only single entry.
It's only single entry, yeah.
Well, I'll worry about that later. I've got
Yeah, I wouldn't worry about it for the moment. I mean, what you may even be able to do is DHL it to the embassy in wherever, in Ghana, and have it sent back. And then you've got your passport going with a brand spanking new visa. I mean, you've got time, ultimately, to sort it out.
Yeah, well, they said I've got 3 weeks. I get out on Monday, I've got to come back on Wednesday, then I've got to come back a week later and a week later and a week later, and on the 3rd week they take the cast off and
Right.
put some lightweight plastic thing on just to protect it and give it a bit of strength.
But you can still ride it.
Well, they say that it's even though I spoke to the medical team in the UK and they said it's about 6 weeks for this kind of fracture.
Yeah.
But they always err on the side of caution.
They do.
So I'm sure I could ride after 3 weeks.
Maybe.
The problem probably won't be the strength of the bone with a fix, it'll just be the fact that I'll have no arm strength in 3 weeks, my arm will be gone.
It will already have gone, yeah. And the other thing is you may be able to ride, but you certainly want to cut down the back flips into potholes.
Yeah, and there's probably not as many sandy pieces.
Just throttle whack on
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
in the meantime, we've got 3 weeks to work out what it is we're going to do.
Yeah.
Indeed. Yeah. Absolutely.
Well, if it wasn't for having to come back to the hospital, we were thinking an option would be stick yourselves and the bikes on a bus or something like that, because they all do it, sling bikes on top of them. But I don't know, it's something to think
Yeah,
about
Lou's
later.
thought about going straight to Cameroon, creating the bikes and flying to Cameroon,
Oh right, yeah.
which is still doable if I was to wait until the 3 weeks were up and then create the bikes up and fly them straight to Cameroon. But I'm still keen on doing it. At the moment, I'm still
Yeah.
I'm still keen on doing the trip over land.
Of course. Of course.
Well,
Yeah.
you weren't on the land when you came out.
No, you're over there. Yeah.
It's a miserable fucking cast that they've put on. Originally yesterday it covered up all my knuckles.
Yeah, they were saying it was just
Pushed
really
right down.
pushing your hand down.
You know,
Because I could just imagine it sort of going on,